So, hi everyone. My name is Tor Skeie, and I'm highly appreciated to be back here in Lugano. So thank you so much for this opportunity. So I'm going to talk about monitoring of InfiniBand fabrics. So this is a tool for analyzing and understanding the performance of the system, as we do monitoring of CPU, job, and network activities. But it is also a tool for managing resources in the sense that we can perform actions on devices. And finally, it is topology aware. So we can click on any device, and that will then we dive or zoom into the topology and then show the physical location. We can do the same for jobs, visualizing the communication pattern that jobs are creating. And the system is based on combining and displaying data from various sources. Of course, we fetch network performance and error metrics, and we have access to the routing information, the same for topology information. And we do also integrate with resource managers. Currently, we support Slurm and Moab, and we do that through web or REST API. And of course, that gives us access to CPU and job details. And by having all this information available combined, that makes it easier for the system administrator to grasp what is going on in the fabric. So this is the front page or the outmost view of this system. So here are key performance metrics displayed at a glance. So here we show the network throughput, giving us as a percentage of the theoretical throughput. And the same way for the system load. And also we show the number of pending jobs. And those numbers are current values. But below here, we show the network throughput over time. It could, for instance, be the last 24 hours, but that's configurable. And we can also show the system load over time here, and also plot it against the amount of the running jobs. And then to the right here, we display more information about the system. We show the number of active and inactive switches, and the same for ports, servers, and cores. The yellow color is an indication that there might be some issues here that can affect the performance of the system. So this number 1 means that an alert has been raised for a switch, and the same for a port. Then the user can just drill down further into the system by jumping to the alerts view here. We also have a watch list view and a components view as well as a search bar here. So I will come back to those in a minute. But let me also mention that this front page has been designed to be unobtrusive. We just show what you need to know at this level. If you need more information, then you just jump into the views down here. And let's now consider the alerts view here. And alerts, that means a situation that might affect the performance of the system. And an alert typically can be raised when there is a link error, and for instance, that the transmit wait counter is above a given threshold or a job has failed, and so on and so on. So here we can see there are two alerts. We have one related to a port and one related to a switch. So let's just continue now and expand that one. And then we will get more details. So these charts display the amount of transmitted and received traffic over time here. And below here, there are a number of, we see the error counters. For instance, the port symbol error, here we see that the number is above 0. That is an indication that this link or this port has some problems related to it. And then to the right here, we give more details. Here we show the system GUID, the port GUID, and so on, the link speed, and so on. And then at the bottom here, we show actions that can be performed on this port. Of course, the port can be disabled, and it's even possible to get more info about this port. And here also we show that the jobs in this port, actually the jobs that communicate through this port. And also we can remove this job or this port from the watch list, assuming it has already been added to our watch list. And then to the right here, we can also show this port, and as I mentioned in the topology. Then we'll just zoom into the topology. Let's then continue and expand the switch. And then I think we'll just continue and look at this job list. And here we see there are two jobs listed here. One is running, and one has completed. And we also see we have an action here where we can actually stop or kill that job. And there's more information, of course, the job ID, the name, and who has submitted the job, and so on and so on. Right. So let's then continue to expand the switch, and then we also get more details about the switch. And this chart here shows the amount of transmitted and received traffic for each of the ports. But we also see there is also the yellow bars indicates there are some problems related to some of the switch ports here. To the right here, we also have details about the switch. We have the lead, the GUID. We see the vendor is Mellanox, and the number of ports are 36. No big surprises here. And then at the bottom, we have actions that can be performed of this switch, pretty much the same commands as for a port. Let me just highlight that we can also disable a switch, for instance, taking it down for maintenance. And that we can do without stopping the fabric or doing a reconfiguration. So this is done behind the scene, but very easily. Of course, if it's a leaf switch, of course, then we will also disconnect the host. But of course, you will get a question of whether you are sure you would like to disable the switch. So this is a kind of high level function. Right, let's then continue. Maybe you by now have got an impression how we lay out or structure those view pages. At the top, we have a summary of the systems displaying the key metrics, as you saw on the front page. And then to the left here, we do the device navigation, and then we have the metrics for that particular device. And to the right, we have details about the device. And then at the bottom, actions that can be performed on the device. Let's now continue and talk a bit just about the watch list. So the watch list is just the possibility to register devices that might causing problems or raising some issues that should be kept an eye on. So just for keep an eye on some devices. Right. So then we continue, and then we come to the final view, which is the components view, and here you will find all the components in the fabric. Of course, categorized by being either switch port or a server device. And here you can see we have 4 switches. So let's then continue just in expanding the switch category. And here we see you will find 4 switches here. And then you can continue. Maybe you would like to expand that one easily. And then you will see all the ports connected, all the switch ports for this lead switch. And also you have, here you can show the switch details at this point, and then you will get the same details that I just shown you a few seconds ago. So let's then continue and expand the port 2, and what we see then, we see that this is a server port, and it's a server. This compute node is 00 that is connected or hooked up to this server port. And you also can, of course, at this point also show the details of that port. So let's just continue and look at this compute node, and here you see and here you get the details. And here this chart shows then the CPU activity over time. We can see here there are 4 CPUs on that server. And to the right here, we find also more details about the server. It has 4 sockets and so on. And we can also perform some actions on this. Well, of course, we can in fact also disable that server, so it's not in the pool of available servers anymore. Right, so let me then remind you once more about how we have structured those view pages. Again, on the top is a summary of the system displaying key metrics, and then to the left we do the device navigation, and then in the middle here we find the performance metrics, all the details about the device to the right, and then at the bottom, it's the device actions that can be performed. Right, then I'm almost at the end. Let me just also mention this search bar here, where you can search for devices by giving the lead, the GUI, and the name. But you also can give properties. Search by properties, but you can also form more complex queries by listing a performance criterion. For instance, you would like to see would like to be given all the ports or links that have a load over a certain or higher than a certain given level. Right. So that was basically what I had in mind. So again, I'm a CTO of Fabriscale. So thank you so much for your attention. And have a great lunch. So.